Hi everyone, welcome back. So this is our last session of motor controls. So in this session, we will cover table control and form control. So by using these controls, we will be creating one issue tracker where at top and side we will have a table control and we will do the correct operations by using the form. Let's get into the Power App solution. So we will be using the SharePoint list. The site is crisis management and we have a SharePoint list issue tracker. So this list contains the issue description and priority column and the assigned to column. So for priority, you have a drop down where the priority of issue can be critical, high, normal or low. Let's connect this SharePoint list into our Power Apps. For that, go to data, click on add data, connectors, SharePoint, add a connection, choose the connect directly option, click on connect. So for crisis management, I'll copy this list path from here and paste it. So I got this list, choose this one, say connect. So we have successfully connected with our SharePoint list. Okay. So let's add the table. This is still in preview. So we need to connect this table with data. So in the items property, choose the issue tracker list. We have just connected with the SharePoint. So now we have successfully connected with the issue tracker list. So let me redefine the columns because I don't need all these columns. So I'll keep title, description, priority, status, assigned to is not required. So let me remove that. Image is also not required and the issue number. Okay, so let's discuss the table properties. So we have a reflow behavior where we can see how this list will be displayed within this table. So if we say list only, so it will display the issue tracker data as a list. Let's make it grid only as of now. Okay. So it will automatically adjust the size based on the columns we have provided. So all the columns have the same width here. So let's run it. So here you can see we have various features which is provided by this table control. So we can sort it on each of the column. For example, we can sort it based on the title. We can sort based on the priority, status or issue number. So in the bottom, it displays the number of rows. For example, right now there are 6 rows. So it displays the number of rows as 6. And one more nice property is there is a allow selection. So if you see here, allow range selection. So if allow range selection is yes, then you can copy the data and paste it into the Excel. For example, you can select these records, Control C, and you can paste those values into the Excel. Okay. And in case you want to disable the sorting, so you have a property for enable sorting where you can disable it. So once you disable it, you will see the icons which we were using for sorting has been disappeared. Okay, for now let me turn it on. So apart from that, you can change the header font. For example, if I want to change the letter black, so you see the font has been changed, and you can change the header font size in case you want to increase it. So let's make it 15. You can see we have changed it, and you can change the header font color as well. Otherwise, it will pick the default theme color. You can change the font weight, color palette, and much more properties of styling. So one nice property is you can use this as a reflow. When you change it a list, so your table starts behaving as a list. Okay, let me run this. So here you can provide the sorting. You can either sort by title and click on apply. So your list will be sorting based on the title. You can sort by other columns and also provide the sort order. Let me revert back to reflow. So if I reduce its width, then the columns automatically reposition themselves. Okay. So and finally, this turns to the list view. So this is a good way you can use it in the container and make it responsive easily. So now how will you get the selected value? So for that, let me add one text box, and here its name is table 1. So this text property, I'll say table 1 dot selected dot. So here you provide the column name For example, name. So if you run this, you can see the selected name, which is title column, has been populated in our text box. Okay. So let's create an issue tracker form here. So for that, let me remove this and squeeze it, place it on top, insert form. So we use this modern form here. I'll reposition it. Let's connect with data. Go to properties, and here I'll choose the same data source, which is issue tracker. So let me rearrange these columns because I don't need these fields. I'll keep title, issue description, priority, assigned to is not required. Let me remove that. Date reported, remove it. So let's try to run that. So no item display, we need to make it this form as to new. Now run it. So here the nice thing is issue number is an int field. So if you try to enter any non-numeric value, so on runtime, it will display the error message. The value HU can't be converted to a number. So that means this form has the feature where it automatically identifies the gap in data type and on the fly displays you the error message. So that's a nice feature. So let's add one command button where we will do the CRUD operations. So I'll insert one button. So on submit, I need to submit this form so that I can save the record. Okay. So this form is a form 1. So on submit, on select, I'll write submit form, and here I'll provide the form 1. So once submit, I need to refresh our SharePoint list. For that, I'll use refresh, and within here, I pass the issue tracker sheet. So let's run it. So in title, so we have title sheet issue 5. So I'll add issue 6. This is issue 6. So priority, you see we got the drop down. Choose normal. Issue number, I'll add 20. Now click on submit. Now see, we have added this issue successfully, issue 6. Okay. So now we need to reset the form type. Now it's either its default mode should be new or edit. Okay. So we also have to update the existing item. So what we'll do is I'll create one variable. So on table on select, I want this form should behave as edit mode. So on table on select, I'll create one variable. On select, set, I'll say from G form mode. Okay. So I want this form mode should be in edit mode. So I'll say form mode dot edit. That means when someone select this row, so this form should behave as editable form. Okay. And on submit, this form should again turn back to the new form to add a new record. So here I'll change this to form mode dot new. Okay. And apart from that, when user selects this item from this table, so that corresponding data should be displayed into our form fields. Okay. So for that, I'll go to the form item property, and here I'll provide the table name. Table is table 1. So in item property, I'll say selected value of table 1. Table 1 dot selected. So this will populate the selected rows into this form property. Okay. And one more thing, I need to set the form default behavior. So default I want it should be new. So in the default mode, I'll set the variable G form mode. So whatever the value of this variable, so this form will behave in that way. So let's try to run that. So if we select this, so we see our values has been populated. So here issue number was blank. That was no issue number was populated. So let me select this one, issue 5. So you see all the data for this row has been successfully populated. So let's try to update that. Issue 5, updated, say updated. Priority we make it normal. Let's make it 50. Click on submit. So you can see our this row has been successfully updated and the form is converted to the new form so that we can enter a new value. Okay. So let's add one header just to make it more appealing. So I will override this title and say issue tracker form. Let me add border. Let's try to run one more time. I'll add to run issue description. Network is down. Priority I'll choose low, issue number 55, click on submit. So an issue has been edited. So once submit, we need to set the value form mode.new. So on submit, we need to add the reset form. So here provide the form name, form 1. Okay, so let's try to run the application. So I'll choose this icon only, and here I'll make this form ready to add new record. On new, so let's add a new title, software issue. So description, software is not working, priority is high, issue number is entered. Click on submit. You can see this issue has been saved. So in case you want to edit this issue, select this row, software issue, add some text, updated, priority change to normal, and here I'll say 101. Click on submit. You can see our issue has been updated successfully. So this is all about modern controls. Thank you.